Hey gang, so today we're looking at something sent by GEEONE. It's the gum fidget slider by Mackie, currently listed on GEEONE for $29. So I love complicated fidgets. I love taking them apart. I love inspecting them. I think they're great. I love the innovation, but sometimes there's something to be said for simple and very affordable. And the gum is that, and it's fun. I mean, it's got a bite out of it, and it's like a piece of gum. This is cool. It's simple, but cool, simple, and fun, simple. All right, let's get this on the camera and have a look. It's the gum by Mackie. Let's go. Okay, here we go with the gum. Now I gotta say, this is, for the price, there is a ton of value in here. And now, I consider this low cost, and I always sort of hesitate to say cheap because clearly it's all sort of relative to what a person's income is. While one person might think 30 bucks is absolutely nothing because of the money they make, someone else might consider that groceries. So when I say cheap, I never mean cheap in terms of what people should think cheap is. I say cheap in sort of relative to what other fidgets cost. So in the world of fidgets, 30 bucks is very cheap. And for what you get, this is actually really, really impressive. So let's get right into it. Okay, playability, well, we've got one thing. That's it. There's nothing else to this. It's super simple. But what's really nice about it is it's a great little pocket fidget because there's not a lot of movement on it. So it's simple, but satisfying. Okay, sound. Well, in terms of sound, you get different types of beads with these, and I currently have the ceramic beads, but you do also get glass beads. I just find that the ceramic sound better, so that's what I have in here. So let's hear it. Now you'll notice in here, or you may notice that we have two different tracks. Well, three actually. One on each side and one down the middle. And the ones on each side are actually slightly different. They have a slightly different sound to them because of how they're designed. And then the one in the middle is sort of like the loudest because it has the most space in between, so it gives you a stronger click each time. I currently only have balls set in the middle. Okay, haptics. Well, there's not a lot, but what we do get is a slight vibration through the hand when using this. I find this PPMA, that's what I'm saying it correctly, it definitely, any kind of plastic will resonate really, really well. And obviously that turns into vibrations, and then that's basically what you feel when you're playing with them. So I think that's one of the reasons people like Pay so much, is the feel to it is stronger because of the vibration. What we also get is this little indent here. And this is kind of like meant to be like somebody's taken a bite out of this piece of gum, which is great. But it also gives you a nice little finger rest, this little perch here. So that's actually really nice. And other than that, ergonomically, there's no sharp edges other than just this little Teflon track here. So it's nice, it's small. And because there's no resistance, there's no hand cramping. Sometimes when something's this small and you have to fight to open it, you can actually get cramping running up along your hand, but this moves so freely that there's no cramping whatsoever. Okay, let's get into the weight. Well, here we go. This is light. Let's zero this out. So ounces, 0.4. Let's go to grams, 11. This is really, really light. Almost too light. That I find sometimes when things are so light, it feels like it's going to fly out of your hand. So this would have been great with a little bit more weight to it. Now let's see in terms of length, and we're going to go right from edge to edge, about 1.8 inches and about 45 millimeters. Thickness, very small, 10 millimeters, 0.4 inches. This thing is basically shorter than my thumb. Okay, internals. Let's get into the internals. So what we have, and if we look through here, we can see springs. On the other side, we have balls. Now, these are hard to see because they're the same color as the Teflon track, but they are running in a groove. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put my finger in here. This hand is going to hold the base down. The top hand is going to lift because this is just connected with magnets. And that's it. So we have our springs and our two there. Now we can see the balls, of course, sitting inside our track. Now here's something that just happened that let's dump these out. If this happens to you, the plate here, let's see, you'll notice a magnet drop. We have one more magnet inside here, and I'm going to get rid of that magnet as well. So our two magnets attracted to each other. Of course they did. Okay, so the way this works is we have a single Teflon plate, and this plate sits inside this track, these two little side tracks here. So that means that the plate can't lift off. It's stuck in here, but it can slide all the way in and all the way up because there's no limit. However, we have these posts, and once our top plate is connected, we see we have this stopper, this little track in here. And so what happens is this blue section can't go beyond this post, and because it's connected to here, everything is stuck. So the issue is, once this is all put together, you know, you can see that we have magnets here, and I'll just kind of take this apart. So we have these two magnets that hold everything together. So you can see that this does not let go. When it goes past this point, the magnet is being held by the magnet on top, so they're not going to fall out. The issue is when you take it apart like this, now there is nothing holding these magnets in place. So if you slide too far out, your magnets are just going to drop. Now this only happens when you're taking it apart, so it's not a huge worry. So let's just get our balls in. Now we had balls in the middle. I'm going to show you what the balls are like on the side, and then you can decide which sounds better. Because I had two balls in the middle, I'm going to put a ball on each side. They're sort of running in the different, the tracks are spaced a little differently on each side, but it's not enough that you can actually tell on camera. It's really something you have to just sort of experience and then, you know, decide for yourself. Okay, so there's a couple of ways we can do this. I am going to do it this way, which means when I push this down, there's nothing holding this together. So I'm going to press down, and I'm pressing down because these springs want to shoot back. And then I just pop in my one magnet and expose the other side. And that's it. Now it's locked. So you can see the side tracks have a denser pattern to them. You can hear. And that's it. This is super, super simple. So don't worry if your magnets fall out. It's really easy to get them back in, as you've just seen. Okay, final thoughts. This is a home run. This is, if your budget, if you're someone that doesn't want to spend a ton of money on a fidget, but you're still kind of curious, this is a great choice. It's affordable, again, in terms of the price of other fidgets. And it's just really well thought out, really well designed, fun to play with. Yeah, it's great. I really, really like this. It would be awesome to see this in like a titanium or something though. So don't hesitate. If you're considering getting this and you think this is for you, it probably is. All right, gang, thanks for watching.